Tom always pushes me to do better, which I mean, you definitely need that because you just kind of get into a rut, and that's what a trainer should do. He's a pretty awesome guy. Yeah, so I love training under him. I'm very loyal to him. I probably wouldn't go to anybody else, you know, unless something happened to him. So
it's changed my life. It's made me a more humble person. You get a lot of people here who are really nice to you, and you learn how to be nice. You learn how to give. So, yeah, it's changed my life. I'm very happy that I've met Tom and that I've met this kid. I'm here.
Okay, wow. So you can see what I saw, and it was pretty impressive, very impressive. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk with the students about the academy in general and the overall perception of it. So Michelle, why don't you go ahead and tell me about Tom. Tell me how you got started. Tell me how you guys met.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, I met Tom about 5 years ago, back in 2004, over at Gold's Gym. And I came up to his class, and I was kind of interested that they offered that over at Gold's, and I asked him if I could attend his class. And I've been addicted ever since, 5 years later. Started, rolling around with him over at Gold's Gym. He was, showing some basic Jiu-Jitsu moves, like, getting into the guard, the mount, and Monteleon and Umapata, stuff like that. And then he invited me over to his academy. And then once I got to the academy, I trained really hard for 4 months straight. I'd say I was training like 4 to 5 days a week. And then that led me to think about competition training, that kind of stuff. And I've never stopped, and I hope to continue this forever, for
right.
sure.
So here's the thing. You are a female fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is I really want to go into that.
Okay.
As far as being a female. Because each of you have that unique gift.
Uh-huh.
Tarzan's young. Jeremiah is a little bit older and more experienced. And you, of course, are a female. So tell me, what typically do girls think? You know what I mean? As far as you fighting.
Off the bat, girls they're pretty surprised. I wouldn't say they're impressed, but they're definitely shocked that somebody like me,
right.
I kind of look girly girl or whatever.
Right.
That I would go into submission, grappling, wrestling,
right.
and so they're a little surprised. As a female, my demands are a little bit different than most males. Being a mother and a wife, and all the different kind of stuff that you juggle around in the day. My ability to train, it just, it takes a little bit more work for me.
Right. What does your boyfriend
demands.
think? Or your ex-boyfriend or what have you? What does he think? My girlfriend can kick my...
I think he's, impressed, because it's just not something that every girl's going to do. And I think he's proud of me, definitely for sure, that, I can hold my own.
Could you beat him down?
He's a lot bigger than me, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I could definitely pull an arm bar on him or choke him out or something like that. I can definitely hold my own for a little while. So, yeah. So, being a female, and doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's awesome, actually. It's great. I'm glad I had the opportunity to do this, and I want to keep on doing it until I die.
Right.
I feel that strongly about it, so, yeah.
Very impressive. And then we have Tarzan. The Tarzan, right?
Yes.
The up-and-coming MMA champion, right? So tell me about you. You in the academy.
Well, I started with Tom in 2007.
Right.
And I really, when I first met Tom, I knew immediately that I had to do this. It is a matter of going in there, doing your time, learning how to unlearn a lot of things. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teaches you how to be, not use your strength. And it's hard to do that. It's really, really hard. It takes a lot of discipline to do that because you want to be frustrated. You want to be, you want to not be in the position that you're in, and you tend to try to muscle your way out.
Right. And I want to talk about that. You had said something when I met with you a couple of weeks back about the difference between your workout and, say, I don't know, some musclehead that wants to roll around and wrestle. So tell me about Jiu-Jitsu as far as the training and what you put into it and what some of the students put into it as far as the academy goes.
Well, the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is how to defend yourself against somebody who's bigger, stronger than you. And to do that, you cannot use your muscles because he's bigger than you, right? So you have to work your way around. You have to learn how to move not just with your body, but with your mind. It has to be in unison with each other. And you have to let go of your ego. Because you have to learn how to be on your back, which a lot of people don't know how to handle. And that's the progression that we do every day to try to better ourselves, physically and mentally.
Right. Right.
And I think the other thing that we want to top off on is, like, when you're doing jiu-jitsu, you want to definitely move with the other person. You know, sometimes you want to create space, and sometimes you want to make no space at all. You know, you definitely want to just, stay on them, and definitely, use your whatever kind of advantage you can.
Right.
Whether it's going to be a choke, or if you're going to, have a good top game or a good bottom game or something like that. Yeah, so I think Tom definitely emphasizes flowing with the other person. What do you think, Tom?
Yes, definitely. Jiu-Jitsu, what my students said, everything is correct. Makes a weak person, a girl or a guy, get stronger in time. And of course it takes time, it doesn't come overnight. Not like different martial arts. Jiu-Jitsu takes time, many years to accomplish, to any kind of thing. And from there, some people want to go to MMA and start fighting in like a UFC thing or whatever. And what else we could say? That's about it, really.
You have to be really consistent with jiu-jitsu. That's I think. You know what I mean? Tom's always
training.
You have to train every week, though.
Training,
that's another thing. You have to train.
For
like
example,
3 days a week.
if my students don't train when I see them to train, I always have to call them up and let them. Always remind them.
And he's on it.
I'm
He's really on it.
I tell them you got to come and train. Otherwise, I'm going to pull the belts from you. I mean, just that's.